You're my heart attack. Heart, heart, baby. You're my heart.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm prepping my face. I'm priming it with some primer and some waterproof prep that I got. And now I'm going into doing my eyebrows. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil as well as the brow pomade in dark brown. And I'm also using the concealer that I use to conceal underneath my brows, above my brows, and in the center of my nose to give it a nice contour. I'm going dark with my eyebrows because I want to look a little bit, not really undead, but a little bit of glam and extreme brows and an extreme eye. I always start with the pencil first, then I go in with the pomade to give it a darker look, and then I go back in with the pencil from Urban Decay to give it like a hairy feel in the beginning, the space between the beginning of my brow and the midpoint of my brow to give it a sharper look. Now I'm going in with the concealer. I forgot the name of the concealer. I believe this is Model in a Bottle concealer that I got off of Amazon. And I'm just using the concealer to give my eyebrows a sharper look, give me a higher arch to make it look clean. Now I'm going in the front of my brow to give it a very sharp look. Now above my eyebrow. And I use a darker concealer above my brow. I'm going for a full arch. And now I'm going to use the pencil to give it a sharper look and to put little fine hairs in the front to fill in that little gap in between the beginning and the midpoint of my eyebrow. Just to clean it up a bit. Now, I think I'm looking for my sponge. Or no, I was looking for the darker pencil to give it a darker tip at the end of the brow. And then I go for the sponge to clean it up and blend it in. Make sure you blend, guys. Blending is very important. And I'm just cleaning up. You don't have to be so perfect with doing your brows, but I know every day when I do my eyebrows, I try to make it as close as possible and make it very identical. My left brow is a little bit lower than my right brow, so I try to keep them as even and as close as possible to make it look very sharp. I love sharp brows with a high arch. Now, I used some of the Anastasia Beverly Hills dark brown eyebrow pomade as a base for my eyelid because I'm going for a really dark, smoky look for the eye, a very dramatic dark eye. And I'm just basing it. Now I'm going to apply tape because I'm going to go over it with eyeshadow to give it a sharp look. And I'm also going to use the tape as a guide to do a very heavy liner. Now I'm going over my eyelid with, I believe that color is called Deep Set from the Kat Von D Viva La Glam, I believe that is her recent color speculum that she made. I'm just going over both eyelids with that color with a very dark brown. And then I bring in black to make the corners very edgy. I'm just moving black slowly inward towards my brow and towards my inner eye. But I'm staying close to the edge. I'm not bringing it too far into the eye. Now I'm going over the top with orange to give it a dramatic look, because I don't want the brown and the black to be so harsh on the eye. So I'm moving the orange in. I'm kind of smudging it in between my brow bone and the inners of my eyes on top of the brown shadow. And you'll see me gradually keep going in with the black to keep that end corner very dark. I'm going in the corner lids where my tear duct is. I'm going over that with a light gold. It's a light gold pigment that's also from the Kat Von D eyeshadow palette. And I'm just moving it inwards, starting from the tear duct towards the eyelid. Now I'm going in with the liner. I believe I got that liner from a beauty supply store. It's called a liner marker. So it actually has a felt tip end, but it looks like a Sharpie. So I'm using that as a liner, and I'm going for a very, very dark cat eye. I know it's kind of hard to see it from the distance that I am from the camera, but I'm going for the cat eye and I'm bringing it in. It's a very long cat line. You'll see after the tape is removed that how the shape of the cat eye that I did. Now I'm going in with the dark black liner, which I'm using for my under eye, and I'm doing two different looks on both eyes. One eye is going to be very symmetrical, and the next eye is going to be a very Arabian Egyptian symbol on the next eye. So you'll see me working on one eye more than the next. And I'm just using the liner on the next eye, and I'm pulling the line actually below to my lower eyelid, so it's not stopping at the very end of the top lid. It's actually going below my lower eyelid. Now I'm using glue to put the glitter on top. It's actually a specialized glue that just solely for glitter. And I'm using gold glitter that I believe I got from, where did I get that glitter from? I believe I got that glitter from the beauty supply store as well. And I'm just going over the tear duct gold that I had set in the corner of my eyelid and the tear duct. I don't want to put it all over the lid. I'm just concentrating most of the glitter onto where the tear duct is. Now I believe I grabbed my lashes. I'm using some old lashes that I had used before. And it's glam lashes that I believe is from Vegas May. And I believe those are glamorous lashes. And I used 2 strips instead of 1 because I wanted the lash to be very thick. So I'm just reapplying and taking off the old glue and reapplying fresh glue, and then I'm going to apply it onto my eyelid after I have put mascara on my top eyelashes as well as my bottom lashes. The eyelash mascara that I'm using, I believe that's the NYX Pinup Eyelash mascara that I'm using right now. Now I'm just applying the lash. And I'm applying it onto the other eye as well. It's fairly easy. I always have trouble with the inner parts of my eyes when it comes to the lashes because sometimes it doesn't want to stay. So I have to start from the outer part of the eyelash and work my way in. Now I'm applying NYX Milk Pencil to my inner tear duct and my waterline on my left eye. Remember, guys, I'm doing 2 different looks on both eyes. Same color concept, but 2 different looks. And as I said before, I use the tape to give me a definite sharp line so you can see the sharpness on both eyes, on the left and the right eye. But my left eye is going to have more drama to it than the right. Now I'm going to apply foundation. I used L'Oreal and I used C8, which is 5 shades lighter than my actual complexion. I put that on first just to see how light I would be, and then I mix it in with LA Girls Beige concealer because I want my face to be very light, and I'm going to go heavy on the highlighting and heavy on the contouring because I wanted to have a very chiseled look, and I wanted to have a very sculpted and sharp look because I am trying to go very glamorous, but at the same time I'm trying to look sort of dead. So I'm just applying the beige LA Girl concealer as a base, and then afterwards I go in with the C8 L'Oreal foundation to give me more of a brown color to warm it up and not so heavy on the yellow undertone that you see now. And I just mix it in. It's very light. It's not my normal foundation, but I try to blend it in as well as possible. And you'll see me occasionally blending it in and mixing it in with my face brush. It's extremely light. I'm just going all over my face with this foundation and concealer. Letting it dry. And then you'll see me use my face brush to keep blending it in. I didn't do any color correcting because I believe that my blemishes and my dark spots will be able to show to give me a more naturalistic and undead look. So I didn't bother to color correct. Now I'm contouring, and I believe that's the Black Up contouring and highlighting stick. And I went with a deep dark color, and I'm contouring my nose as well as my cupid's bow and my temples. And I went for that kind of drastic shape because I want to blend it in and have a very strong highlight, well, very strong contour. You'll see me keep going over my nose because when I blend on my right side of the nose from contouring, sometimes I go over that line that I set before, so I keep going over the middle part of my nose to make sure that my highlight stays the way it is. I don't really highlight and contour my nose in a slim pattern because my nose is kind of wide, so I try to keep it to look as my natural nose or bridge would be. I keep the bridge of my nose as close to as natural as it normally is without any makeup. And I'm just going over my contour again to give it a darker color instead of lightly contouring. I'm going very heavy on the contour. Now I'm going over the highlight under my eye. I believe I'm using the yellow tone corrector from LA Girls that you can get at your local drugstore. And I'm going very light under the eye because, like I said, my right eye and my left eye are going to have two different designs. So you see the highlight contour is very, very strong on my face. And I'm not really going to set it. I'm not going to set it with setting powder. I'm just going to keep trying to blend it in as possible. And occasionally I would spray the set and prime to keep the contour and highlight in place. And I'm just going over my definite sets. See, blending in. Make sure you blend, guys. Blend, blend, blend. Just kind of sort of jamming. I think I was listening to Drake's new album. Okay, now I'm going into the corner of my eye and bringing my tear duct and my water line. I'm making it a very cat Arabian kind of feel in the beginning of my eye. And I'm going as far as possible as I can go out, almost touching the bridge of my nose on both sides. And I'm bringing that out with dark eyeliner. I believe I'm using the NYX Curve eyeliner, the felt tip one, to outline how far I'm going to go out with the eyeliner. Again, this I'm doing a mummy, so I'm not trying to be super, super neat because I'm always trying to be neat and try to keep things at a great angle and keep things aligned. But it was kind of fun trying to be unorganized. So one side is a very, very heavy curvature for the Arabian feel in the beginning of the eye where the tear duct and the lower lash line is. And on my right eye, I just have the great curvature and the Arabian look on the beginning of the eye. And it starts in the middle of my bridge of my nose. And now I'm just going in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, and I'm using the yellow blush, as well as crushed pearl, to give me like a very glowy and undead look. And I'm just using those two blushes on all my highlighting points to give me a very chiseled look. And I'm just going over my points with the pencil, an eyelining pencil. I'm trying to make it look neat. And now I'm using Tarte's, I believe that color is called Jealousy or Glamorous. I gotta look again. But that's a Tarte lip gloss. And then I go in again with Melt's lip gloss, and then I cover it with a black lipstick to give me a dead look, and I use that on the inner parts of my lip as well as the outer parts to give it like a very ox bloody kind of look, a very dark red lip. And I use the black lipstick on the inner parts of my lips to give me a dead feel, because most zombies have dark inner lips. Now I'm just blending some of the blush on my neck and using some of the product that I have left of my first brush on my neck. And now I'm trying to draw an ankh on my chest, which came out very horrible, but you'll see me cover it with a necklace when I'm done. And I just applied glitter in the middle of the ankh, and I just used Anastasia Beverly Hills black waterproof eyeliner to draw my ankh on my chest. It was kind of weird doing that, watching myself doing it through the mirror. It was kind of hard as it didn't come out straight. It came out very slanted, but it was worth a try though. And I colored it in again with Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow pomade and dark brown. I colored the ankh in with that color and outlined it with her waterproof black eyeliner pomade. Now I'm going in with the glitter glue, and I'm just outlining where I was going to put the glitter in the center of the ankh, as well as at the staff of the ankh. That's where I applied the glitter, using the same glue glitter that's into my eye, well, the tear ducts of my eye. Now I'm applying some very old earrings that I had since high school. I believe I wore these on prom night. And of course, they're rhinestones. And I was missing some stones. And it was funny that I was seeing some mummy tutorials on YouTube. And I noticed that a lot of the mummies that were done, they just used the gauze. But a lot of those mummies had jewels and stuff on them. Oop, one fell out. I had to pick it up and put it back in my earbud. Yes, a lot of the mummies had jewels. They were buried with jewels. So I thought it'd be a cool ad to put some old jewelry that I had, well, costume jewelry that I had to make it more realistic. And of course, I love red, so red rubies are cool. Now I'm applying the gauze, and I'm just going over my ear. And I just kindly wrap it around. I didn't have a real pattern or method to how I wanted to do it. I was just going along with whatever. As you see me just going by the fly as you watch here. And then I took my face brush, which still had product on it, and I just rubbed it onto the gauze to give the gauze an aged look. A very old, sandy, aged look, which came out perfect. Now I'm putting on the old necklace. I'm covering the ankh because I didn't like how it came out. But now I'm going over my gauze again with an eyeliner pen from NYX. And I'm just drawing little hieroglyphs and stuff and markings on it to make it look old and tattered. And I'm taking a hard hairbrush to make the gauze rip apart, kind of, to make it look old as well and worn. Going over it with my blending sponge with product that was left over from it. And there you have it.
Baby, you're my heart attack. Baby, you're my heart.
Yeah.